So here we are back again. Episode 16, old Greg Biffle episode.
The Sweet 16.
The Sweet 16. So
Studio 3.
yeah, here we are. You'll notice that we're in a different location. We're at Troy's shop, but the shock room has migrated from where we did episode 14.
Oh, we growing.
In the benchies to now we got a nice little shock room here. Got a little AC action going on.
Oh, there's AC throughout. Let's be clear. I got a window unit here and a window unit there. This one just happens to have drywall on the ceiling.
Yeah.
So it's a little cleaner.
Shout out to Herbie Cope at Cope Signs for our sweet bench racing canvas here. Appreciate that, Herbie. And as always, signed on.
Oh, you don't have it written.
For 5 more episodes, all the way till episode 20. The opening segment will be brought to you by our good friends, Brian and Brandon Bull at Raging Bull Racing Engines. And I tell you what, Brian and Brandon Bull, they've been in the game a long time. Anything you need, they can make it happen. All right. Good old Polk County boys. They can make one go around in a circle quick.
I've seen it.
I've seen it a lot. All right. So you need anything, make sure you give those guys a call.
You got the number.
I got the number.
Okay.
For a good time, call 863-944-4214. And that's how you do it. That's how you bring this show in. That's how you start this deal. And I tell you what.
What's that?
We went live right before this thing started.
We've been doing that lately.
Yeah, we've been doing that. Pre-show shit talk is what we call it. And everybody said, get Jason Lester on. So I said, y'all tag him. And his car or his crew chief's wife was on there and said he said he can't get on Facebook. He's in Facebook jail. So
I mean, you should have 2 or 3 Facebooks. Let's be honest.
So I called him and I was like, "Hey, you come on the show?" And he's like, "Oh, hell yeah." So I was like, "All right, well, let me get set up. We'll call you back." He's like, "Am I on right now? Can people see me?" I'm like, "I called you. I didn't FaceTime."
So anyway, we ain't that fancy. We're still looking for a sponsor so we could do that.
Yeah,
that's gonna cost us about $800.
Yeah. So I tell you what, it's gonna take a lot of segment sponsors to get to that. But I tell you what, if you're interested in that, you just hit us up. So, but yeah, so we got Jason Lester coming on. That's what the people wanted. They've wanted it for a while, but we've got him coming on today. And I have no doubt in my mind that Lester's gonna bring you guys an interview that'll make you laugh.
It's provocative.
Yeah.
But it gets the people going.
Yeah. Yeah. So he says some names in there and he says that they suck and this, that, and the other. So we didn't agree or disagree. We just kind of
so we are finally admitting that we filmed him first before the entry. Okay. No, that's fine. And I'm with it. So what we
damn it.
So what?
It's all right. No, we filmed Lester first because he's like Troy, they're up. They're getting up there in age. They're 86 models. So, 35-year-olds got to go to bed.
Nah, I don't go to bed.
Let me guess.
12 hours, only half a day, boy.
Oh, my
God. Hey, we out here working. When you leave here after this little shit show,
yeah,
we working.
So, yeah, I did admit there.
We don't wake up early. But we working.
We filmed Lester's interview first, so I kind of messed that up. But anyways, it's all good.
I think it's better to be honest.
Yeah,
Brian's working on is being honest with himself.
We had to do that for sake of time. Anyways, we're gonna jump right into it here. You got some stuff written down over there. What you got?
Like for what? Like for him or just the show?
Oh, for opening segment, just a little banter.
Oh no, I mean a little banter. We can go into that on the closing that we are going to film after the intro. I just want to touch on some stuff. I mean, we already know what Jason says, so he cleared up a lot.
Yeah.
He opened up a lot.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely, this will be the time if you have some underage, because I know people have reached out to us and it's like, hey, there's a lot of kids that watch and, damn, I got to put them to bed. Like, I feel like they're watching, the special scene on Forrest Gump or something like, but we've been trying to tone it down. But when you clicked on this and you saw Jason Lester as the guest, you should have known. Yes. This was not for those kids.
Yeah. So parents, if you're watching,
this is the parental advisory at this point.
We're going to put the parental
This is this is bench racing after dark.
So if you got kids that watch the show, you might not want to let them hear the Lester interview. And Lester's a great guy.
For the first time,
we're giving you a warning. We're trying to help you out.
But for the first time, it wasn't us.
Yeah,
we're fine. Like, as a matter of fact, I really ain't been drinking a whole lot. We're trying to keep this PG.
Yeah. 13.
Yeah, we'll throw in a shit.
Yeah.
A
damn.
Yeah, but it's spicy.
Yeah.
It's voice spicy. But I love it though. I mean, the guy's fired. He's excited.
Yeah.
He's excited. He's a character that I think is good for auto racing. I think it's good for short track racing in Florida. I think it's good for the entertainment. This ain't your you ain't out here watching paint dry. This is gonna be. I mean, if Lester's on the track for hot laps, I bet you should get your ass in the stand.
This ain't reality TV. All right. So make sure that you might want to also, if you're listening in the office, might want to listen with headphones. Little not safe for work warning.
Yeah, there will be a Pornhub drop. So we didn't do that again. Like, this is all just we're just setting you up.
Yeah.
But no.
So
enjoy this.
Yeah, it's good. So without further ado, let's get you to the Jason Lester interview, and we're gonna do so right after a quick break and a word from not our sponsors, because we're still looking to fill this segment. So we're back, and we've got our boy Jason Lester lined up. Got him on the ready to go here on the hotline. And the hotline tonight, I forgot to even tell you this. The hotline tonight is brought to you by Yates Motorsports.
Come on.
Back on board for probably, third time maybe. I think they sponsored a couple shows.
I felt like we sponsored them. Didn't we move a modified Mini for him?
Yeah, we helped sell an Outlaw 4 so he could buy that late model that he's in now. So that beautiful
people, that's what it's about.
KOC 86, sponsored by RCP America, made his first run in it last weekend up at Waycross or somewhere up in Georgia. Ran good, cars in one piece, not a scratch on it, brought her all the way home. So getting ready to get cracking here in the state of Florida in his late model this year. I believe it's a 602.
Yeah, I don't know the difference with the 602, 604, like what the series of the guys. It's just,
yeah.
Either way, shout out to Yates Motorsports.
Shout out to Yates Motorsports for sponsoring today's show, the hotline. And like I said, we've got Jason Lester on the hotline, so we're going to get him dialed up. And for those of you who don't know Jason Lester, just go on Facebook. Go to the video section.
You ain't even got to go on Facebook. Google him.
And just type in Jason Lester, because it's going to pull up him doing all kinds of crazy stuff at the racetrack. So let's get him dialed up here, see what we can come up with.
Hello?
Jason Lester, you are on bench racing, my friend. The first phone call got a little messed up there for the folks at home. Had a little technical difficulties. Troy could not hear, so we got that fixed and we dialed him up. We didn't talk about anything. It was only about 30 seconds. But Troy was just like, I can't hear. So we got that straightened out. So Jason Lester, this is long awaited.
Yeah.
He might be our first fan choice.
Yeah.
They're like, get this bitch on there.
Yeah, we asked, so we did a live video before the show, and we asked if we should get Jason on, and everybody was like, yes, absolutely, yes. And then we were telling people to tag Jason so he could comment, but apparently you're in Facebook jail?
Yep.
How'd that happen? Let's can you tell how that happened?
How'd that happen?
Yeah.
Because Rudder was a piece of shit, and he talked shit, and I said something on Facebook, and
who?
Facebook didn't like it.
Who is it?
This guy Rudder, this Pod
Okay.
Mini driver at Auburndale that runs his
Yeah,
mouth.
I mean, what I do know about Jason Lester is you don't shy away from controversy. Now, but
Nope.
So you can win, and I see some questionable Facebook posts. And the dude's 5'5".
Yeah.
So I like it.
Yeah.
Like he's got Scooby Doo on there, but you should put Scrappy. That's who I think you should put, because that's who you're in. Like, guy's got some spunk. So
yeah.
But anyways,
So I got a question. Are you saying Scrappy because I'm short like him?
Yes.
Yeah.
And because
okay.
Scooby's kind of like a dipshit, and Scrappy's like down.
Love it.
Yeah.
Like, and Scrappy's yeah. So I think moving forward, Scrappy Doo, you're welcome.
Yeah. So,
All
let's talk a little bit about, so in the past couple of years, you have became, kind of this, internet sensation with, some of the things that you've done at New Smyrna.
The one thing you did at New Smyrna.
No, there's two.
But the one.
Yeah, the one's really cool. We'll get to that in just a minute. So before the crazy, all the crazy stuff happened with Jason Lester. For those that don't know, and I didn't know till we chatted a little bit on the phone before the show, how did you get started? Like, what did you start in? When did that whole thing come about?
So 5 years ago, my ex-girlfriend took me to Daytona to do that driving experience for my birthday.
Okay.
And I did it. And 2 days later, I had a race car.
So you've only been racing 5 years.
Yeah, I've only been racing about 5 years. Five and a half.
Stirred up a lot of shit in 5 years.
Yeah, I've tore up a lot of shit. I've won a lot of shit, and I fucked up a lot of shit.
I didn't say tore up.
Right.
I mean, I just meant stirred it up.
No, he said you stirred it up, not tore it up.
You kicked up a little dust.
So 5 years, I mean, I thought you've been racing longer than that. So what was the first car that you bought 2 days after you did the Richard Petty driving experience?
Well, I thought I bought a Mod Mini, but I actually ended up buying a Arvindale Mini stock.
Okay.
And I took it to Showtime Speedway on a practice night like an idiot, and I whipped it off the trailer. Well, then two people walked over to my trailer, which was Billy Colbert and Buzz, which is Justin Anspaugh, and they told me that they don't run the class there. And I said, well, yeah, well, sure they do. Well, come to find out they really didn't. So I ended up actually then buying a Mod Mini from Randy's store, which is Robbie Store's brother or uncle.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually bought the right car the second time. So that's where I started, in a Dodge front-wheel drive.
So did you ever get to race the regular mini stock?
No, I sold it.
Okay.
I sold it like a week later.
Okay.
So there was low bullshit day one.
Yeah, the wheels were turning pretty quickly. I mean, we go to Daytona, and then we're going racing at Showtime the next weekend. Like,
yeah. Well,
I mean, I
grew up at the racetrack. I grew up at Orlando and New Smyrna as a little kid growing up, because my grandpa was a tow truck driver there. So when everybody wrecked, he'd tow them off.
So you were just a fan as a kid?
Yeah. Well, I was really a pit lizard as a boy, and I played football with Chad Pierce. We were kids.
Uh-huh.
But that's where it started. But we were so broke growing up and poor that we didn't have the funds for me to race. I've always wanted to do it. So when I did the Richard Petty, I was like, well, hell, what's the worst I could do is just tear shit up, which I did. I've tore a lot of shit up.
Come on.
But I didn't care. I kept at it. And I think I've become probably one of the best racers in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
I would agree with that.
I like that. I mean, what I do know is you're quick.
Yeah.
Because I'm new to the full body side of Florida racing. I've been around racing around here for a long time, but for some reason it was just like sprint cars and full body stuff is just so divided.
Yeah.
And and plus we don't race the same track everywhere, and I've been mainly a dirt guy, so now I'm starting to learn some of these full body guys. And one of the names that quickly I've learned, I actually first talked to him just recently here at New Smyrna during the World Series, and but I'm excited for this because I mean I've got some questions.
Yeah.
And I mean I couldn't even imagine some of the questions if we took some poll questions what we needed, but like I've got some stuff I'd like to know. I'm sure you do too, Brian. Like where do we start with Jason Lester?
So I'm gonna start with what was your first? So you said, we said that you've ruffled a lot of feathers, you've pissed a lot of people off, which is fine. But let's talk about, like, what was your first big time? Like, what was your first big blow up? Like, what was the first Jason Lester controversy that kind of put you on the map? Like, you better watch out for that fucking guy.
That 50 truck, Danny Anderson.
Okay, so nothing really crazy happened in the Mod Minis.
No, it did the first night, actually, the first race, but it didn't get caught on video like me running around the racetrack at Showtime.
Okay.
I haven't seen that one.
But yeah, I got into it with one of the Mod Mini drivers, which caused another Mod Mini driver coming into the pit pit stall that we were fighting in, running us all over.
Oh God.
So, yeah.
So the first night you got ran over in the pits because you were fighting.
Yeah, me, Zimmerman, Chris Zimmerman. There was a couple of us just going at it.
Okay, so you could kind of write a book, Jason.
Yeah,
Lester.
I mean, I think we should at least start a blog.
Yeah.
But so here's the deal. Like that, the first thing that I want to touch on. I mean, you said you guys grew up broke and all that. I mean, and I could semi-relate. Like we didn't actually have a shitload of money either, but we found a way to race. Like, where did you come in your own where you were able to find a way to race? Like what brought that about? Where you could, you have a you had a roofing business? Is that what they said?
Yeah, I do. I remodel. I do bathroom remodels and all flooring. So.
Oh, so you compete with Morgan Exteriors or no?
As everybody knows, I was in the porn industry too, so I made money doing that too. So
turn up the heat.
I mean,
hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So
did you hear Troy's question though? So you're a.
Do you compete directly with Morgan Exteriors?
See, it's hard to hear him. Does he have a microphone?
I said, do you compete directly with Morgan Exteriors? Yes or no?
Yes.
Oh, good. So I can put your name on my car.
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Okay, perfect. What's the name of that company?
JL Flooring and More.
JL Flooring and More. I like that.
I like it.
Yep.
So we need a sticker for Saturday.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just because some of these guys need to know. But either way, so, porn, roofing. I mean, so from the floor to the roof, you put together a little bit of money to go racing. And, you came through, you did the Mod Mini, or you said the trucks as well.
The trucks after Mod Mini, right?
Yeah, I bought 3 trucks. The third one was good. I won a lot of races in that one. I won the charity race at Arbordale and then got straight fucked by Ricky Brooks with no lube. And then I won some more races. And then we go to New Smyrna at the end of my truck career. And then that's when all hell broke loose with the pit box.
Okay, now let me ask you, okay, because I've seen the YouTube video when they first brought it up. I mean, I think it was one of our first shows. People brought it up. You were like one of the first guys they mentioned. You guys got to get Jason Lester on there. And I'm almost pissed that we did it this way because I think this is a in studio guest, but that's fine. And we are, here at Studio 3 now. Yeah, we're in my shock room because the AC went out in my main room, and I spoiled like that, so I can't. But I watch it, and I'm emotional, okay, and I've had my moments at the racetrack because a lot of the time when you see me race, it like that's how I eat, and like that's how. So like when people mess around with me, like they're affecting my quality of life. So I tend to show my ass as well. I've done that from time to time, but I'm watching the video, right, and it's almost like you had this on your list of shit to do. Like you were like, okay, the next guy that messes with me is getting his pit box put on his head. Like that's like, so you didn't like walk around, you went straight for, like this was this premeditated?
Yes.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I like it. He's like, bro, he's got a list of shit like on Billy Madison.
I think it was more that I had just built that truck and put all that money in the truck, and when he trashed my shit, I really went to his pit stall to fight his crew, but nobody was there. So I saw 21, and then I just saw red, and then I tipped it over.
Went Bobby Boucher on it. I've seen that.
Honestly, it was one of the most stupidest things I ever did, because if there was a kid or an animal behind that thing, I would have probably shot myself. Who knows?
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Thank God there wasn't.
I think by the third push, it would have scattered. So I think it took it 2 or 3 rocks to get her juiced up enough to flip over. So I think said kid or hypothetical animal might have moved.
Maybe, because I can tell you now, none of the tools or anything moved, because that shit was all over the floor.
Yeah,
and I was so happy when I saw that crap.
I mean, it looks satisfying. I'll be honest with you. Like, I've done some things, and I was like, I mean, that was, you got your message across, okay? And I've seen a few other videos. So, what is the Showtime video?
So the Showtime video was me and Danny were hard racing, and he kind of ran me up to the wall and wrecked me into the wall. So I thought it would be cute to run around the track like a wild animal chasing him with my helmet. So I threw my helmet at his truck, and then it was just cat and mouse. I chased him all the way across from turn 3.
Wait, he ran from you?
Yeah, he kept running.
Oh, God.
Wait, was he on foot or in a truck?
He was in the truck.
Oh, okay. That makes it a little better for him.
The truck.
Well, yeah, because he's still in the race at this point.
So this is the same guy that wrecked you at New Smyrna?
No. This is Danny Anderson, the 50 Pro Truck. I know you've heard of him.
Yeah. Okay. So let's step back a little bit. Let me reset a little bit.
It's hard.
It's
hard, bro. I'm excited.
So let me reset a little bit. So the pit box that you flipped over at New Smyrna, who was that?
Yep. That is shit. Give me a second.
We don't even know his name. I like it. The 21.
No, I do. His name's Chuck Hires. He's a Xfinity driver.
Okay. So is that the guy that stuffed you in
And he sucks, he says.
and he sucks?
Hey, I know that his pit box is scratch and dent special at best right now. If he's looking to sell it, I'm interested.
Yeah. So is that the guy that like drove through your door and junked you into one?
Yes.
Okay. So that's all the same video. Okay. So now, so we got.
God, I wish we had picture type shit right now.
We got old sorry ass Chuck Hires, junking us at New Smyrna.
Harbor Freight Tools everywhere.
So now we're at Showtime and we're chasing Danny Anderson.
Yeah, this was when I first started Pro Trucks. Danny wrecked me, and then back then Danny did no wrong and he won all the races. Well, now he's old and washed up and don't know how to set up his shit no more. So he wrecked me. So since he wrecked me, and I'm nuts as it is, I got out of my truck and I threw my helmet at him. I did all kinds of shit, and then I chased him from turn 3 to turn 1, and the pace truck almost ran me over because he didn't see me running.
Damn, I've heard they say go hit the pace truck. Don't go get hit by the pace truck. That's a whole new deal. So where are you out of, by the way, Jason?
Paris, Florida, by Bradenton.
Okay, so down south. Okay.
Oh, you down kind of close to my neck of the woods. You kind of by Fort Lonesome.
Yeah, I'm about 20 minutes from you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now, because I've seen pictures of your shop. I mean, it looks pretty good. Like, so what do you currently have in your shop right now? What vehicles? I don't know, because I see some for sale. You still have the Sportsman, but it's for sale, right?
It is, but I am.
Are you gonna let me drive it? I can't remember what we talked about. I can't.
I thought about putting Troy in it.
Hey, I mean, I'm all about that.
That's a good thing or a bad thing, but
I mean, it definitely isn't gonna. You if you're not in the market to make friends, like I might be the guy.
No,
we know that Jason Lester is not out there to make friends.
Well, I'm just saying, if you have a few that you like, I can help you get rid of them, I think. So, but anyway, but you don't own a truck anymore. That's gone now. You sold that to
Sammy Coghill.
Yeah, Coghill.
Word on the street is I screwed him and whatever, but that ain't true. He got the truck as I won at New Smyrna. But that's just a different story. I don't want to talk about that. It makes me sick.
Yeah, no, I was actually, I mean, he ran a set of my shocks over there. He was working with it because I think Bug and I think that first guy you mentioned, Chris something, is helping him.
Yeah, I don't know. Chad Pierce.
That's
okay. I got you. So recently, okay, so you ran the Sportsman, you've won in the Sportsman, but the past couple of weeks, I've seen you climbing in a Super, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Now, how's that come about? Because I know you had, the deal over at New Smyrna, and then you got, next thing you know, it's you're going super racing with Utility and them. Or no,
Dean.
Anthony Surgery. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us how that come about.
The thing is, I see a lot of shit on Facebook, like, oh, I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. And all the people that talk are the people that don't talk at the track. Well, I run my mouth a lot, obviously, as we know. So I social with everybody. So, I was just bullshitting around with Dennis and Mike one night, which is Anthony's dad. And I said, well, hell, I'd like to drive the Super. I think I could do it. And this was all just bullshit. And it became reality last week. We came to a deal because Anthony's up with Rhodes now up in Ohio. So Anthony
I didn't see
Dennis got me in the car. And I know, I know how to drive and shit like that, but a Super is totally different than anything I've been in.
Oh, yeah.
So I jumped in this thing last Friday and never had any seat time. And no, I did. I drove Yoho's piece of garbage like 4 laps at Showtime one day. But that thing is junk. So you can't even count that. So I jump in this Super last Friday, and we go to the top of the board. Boom! I'm like, well, shit.
Well, I mean, they got some nice stuff over there. I mean, and I didn't notice that the last 10K this week, there was no Sergi or Dutilli, actually. No, that's a so he's up in Ohio, right? So
yeah, he's up there with Rhodes. I know he's going to be at the Rattler. We're going to go to the Rattler, and he should be racing the Rattler. But I will actually be at Showtime this weekend for the 10,000 to win. So the Super.
Sucks.
There you go.
That sucks. I won't be there. I have to go to Citrus, but so I'm gonna miss this one with my boys there. But no, I mean, yeah, they were down on cars a little bit this weekend. I mean, the thing that stinks about that is I think they only had 17, 18, and 14 of them were fast. Right?
Yeah. So let me step back just a second here. So you said you went straight to the top of the board. So where are we at? What track are we at?
We're at Citrus last weekend, or 2 weekends ago. We were at Citrus.
Okay, so straight to the top of the board. How'd the rest of the night go? How'd qualifying and the race go?
Well, that was practice. That was Friday night.
Okay.
So Saturday we were on the same tires. I think we had like 100 and something laps on the tires, and we were fifth. But we were fastest final practice when everybody bolted on stickers. Qualifying, I qualified second out of 17 or 18 of them, and it wasn't just small people. You have Mike Bresnahan, you had Anderson. There's a lot of good hitters that were there.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes you respect the car more because going from I think the seat time Super helped me because you back up the corner.
Right, you got to let the Super work.
Yes,
you can't. You try to take a hold of it. It'll take a hold of you.
Correct, and you have to if you ride on a bump setup, you have to use the bumps. Well, I was backing up the corner a lot in the race, and I wasn't using the bumps, so it kind of got tight. I mean, we had a good piece. I think if me and the 55 didn't get together a little bit and it take the wheel out of my hand, I think we either could have won or finished second.
Yeah, you knocked the toe out a little bit.
Yeah, well,
it's crazy how fragile the Supers are in the front end.
He stayed up high the whole race, and then he just come off the wall going into 3, and it hit the right front end. It just spun me so quick.
Oh yeah, well, see, and that's the thing is that, I mean, I'm helping a guy used to be real good, I guess, in a pro or a limited type late model, and he just got into Super now. And it's, I mean, the thing with Super, though, you're as dependent on your crew chief as you are yourself. I mean, like with the Super, I think you got to be a robot. Like you just can't make mistakes, but you got to make sure you keep her loaded.
Yep.
You know why? Because everyone's out there sticker and doing whatever, trying to worry about a lap. But then they put everybody out there. Race pace backs up half second and a half, late in the race, you know. Like it slows down quite a bit, and then you're not getting the same loads. You can start pulling her on the brakes, you know, maybe dial front brake to it to get the car to set to be able to turn. Because if it don't get down on the bumps, it ain't gonna cut. And
exactly, and so that's the problem I was starting to have because I was backing up the corner too much and didn't realize I should have been driving it harder, let the bumps work in the car, and get the drive off.
Right. You got to keep her loaded, and like that's something that I've noticed because like I said, I've been with the full body guys here lately a lot, and like. That's what separates a nasty, and like Michael's real good at it. You know, you watch these guys like coming through the field. Like what makes a Bubba Pollard impressive is he's able to keep that thing loaded even when he has to get off the gas. He pulls her back down on the brakes and stuff. And like, you know, if I were you, I'd watch a lot of like Steven Nasty in car and stuff like that. I mean, they're really, really good at that. And it's a vehicle that like they're so advanced on setup these days that like. The driver, what you got to do is eliminate the mistakes. You're not going to go out there and pick up 2/10 as the driver. Like that's not going to happen. But throughout the race, you can keep it from falling off, and it's exciting. It's a chess match. It's a very. I've fallen in love with it because it's very intellectual. Like,
I mean, I've been watching Nasty post. Someone posted a video of Nasty's footwork at Showtime, and I've been studying that. Just to see what he's doing because I'll be there Friday night practice or Friday all day practicing. So it's nice. And Dennis, Dennis talks to me. Dennis is really good. It's crazy. It's crazy how good I'd be lost. If I was to buy a Super, I'd have to hire somebody because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, it's almost like that.
Just like the Sportsman's, I'm still a little new to the 3-link and all that. So, but it's weird because you can overdrive the Super and let the bumps work. I mean, you can't do it every lap. You overdrive a Sportsman, you're 2 laps. You got to make up that time you just lost. So
and you lose ground on the Sportsman. It seems like it takes forever to get it around. It's like every track's Daytona.
I mean, it's just. I mean, I went Friday with Dennis to shake down Sergey's Rattler car, and I went from there to 417 to get practice in the Mod Mini race. Let me tell you something. I felt like this corner was never coming because it was so slow. Going from a Super to a Mod Mini.
Oh, I know.
But it helps you. So
absolutely. Well, the slower something goes, yeah. I mean, the slower something goes, it's harder to keep the momentum. But like, I remember the first time I told you I did the same thing. I ran a sprint car at Concord, and then I drove a late model there for a tire test for like 150, 200 laps, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, oh, I know. I felt like I was rolling down the corner, putting the stop signs out, letting the kids off, and then getting down there. I'm like, guys, I'm gonna be all right. And they're like, hey, you're not bad. And I'm like, oh shit, really? I'm like, okay.
So
I'm trying to get a deal with Dennis and then to see what we can do as far as races go. I'm trying to do. I mean, I got this weekend coming up, but sponsorship's so hard. Even though I make good money, it's just I don't see it's not worth spending $50,000 for 10 races, or you know what I mean. It's just it's crazy. It's hard to get sponsors now, so I got to get with Troy to take all his because I think I can wheel it just a little bit better than him.
Yeah,
and
you might could, but I tell you what, if you're trying to get my sponsors, I ain't got none. Like hell, I leave most races in debt. So no, I mean.
So what? You only got one race in the Super right now, or 2?
Well, I got the one last weekend, and then I have Showtime this weekend as of right now. I have some opportunities that are actually open since Citrus. I've had people call me. People came to my pit after the race, but you know, the thing is I don't believe nothing until it's in writing or in front of me. So
right.
But I also got a dirt. I'm going March 20th down to Hendry County, and I'm going to race a dirt street stock. So that's come open now. So I'll be excited to get on dirt now.
Nice.
Never been on dirt.
You're going to drive what on dirt?
Street stock.
Nope.
You're going to street stock on dirt is what you said, right?
Yes.
Whose street stock is that?
Darren Ellis's, one of Mike's buddies. So
okay,
they want me to go down there and March 20th. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to pass it up because I've always wanted to do it. I don't want to own one because I have to clean it, but I'll drive it.
There you go.
I'm telling you, cleaning a dirt car is way easier than cleaning a pavement car.
No.
Dude, you'd be there for hours getting that rubber off a pavement car, especially after a 100-lapper. It takes forever. You get a dirt car, you put it on jack stands, you get a hot seat, and you blow that thing off.
Well, I would say rubber's hard to clean off a big car when speed weeks because them tour mods, they put down so much rubber,
dude,
and it just sticks.
Just look at these late models after 100 laps, even at Showtime. That shit's everywhere. And you're out there, and it's just awful. Like, I don't like it.
So, do you have any plans set in stone for 2021? Or are you just going to kind of be a journeyman for a little bit and just run whatever? Or
I'm gonna do. If everything goes well and planned like I think it might, I think I'll be in a Super the remainder of the year. I don't really care to run the Sportsman no more. I'm
besides when they run the 10K.
Huh?
Besides when they run those 10Ks, you won't run that.
Hey, you never know.
Like hell, they got three 10Ks for the Sportsman throughout the year, right? Total?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's 3.
Oh, okay.
There's two down at what's it called? 417. And
417.
I thought they said they were going to put one on at Orlando.
There's one at Citrus. I know that.
Citrus. I knew it was up there somewhere, but you don't get them Sportsmen starting to pay. I'd keep that thing around. Like, well, now they got some truck races paying. Hell, you might need to go buy another scrappy dude truck.
Well, I'm having. It's funny you say that. So they got 2 races coming up, 5,000 to win. I'm having a truck being done now to race those 2 races, but the truck will be for sale after those 2 races. So
there you go.
I'm just doing it to run those 2 races.
So that's the 2.
I don't know what
that Ronnie Bocello is trying to put together, right?
Yeah, Barcello.
Yeah, whatever. How he say it, I don't know. Bocello.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Ronnie. He's a good dude. We do some work for him. But I don't know how to say his last name. I just call him Ronnie.
Ronnie B.
So you've got. So you're planning. The plan is you're going to try to work out to run the Super the rest of the year, and then maybe hit a couple of Sportsman races, maybe, and then definitely the 2 big truck races.
Yes, correct.
So I definitely see some opportunity for some Jason Lester antics because he's going to be in most races that you're going to be in, my friend, are going to have a lot of money on the line.
Well, I get that, but you also have to understand something. I kind of grew up a little bit now, so
horseshit.
Not worth it.
Well, I mean, you're kind of. I can't see. This is the thing. Is he's kind of like an Asian. I can't really tell. He could be 25. He could be 50. I don't know. How old are you?
I'm 35.
35. Come on, 86, baby.
Nope, 35.
No, but you're 86, right?
Yes.
Oh, I'm an 86 Model 2 myself.
But I got tired of being suspended. I got tired of paying the fines more than the race paid.
Well, the good thing is, if you get suspended, you got a backup driver now. We've already discussed this.
No, I got two. I got another guy that wants to.
That guy ain't worth a shit. I don't know who he is. But I wouldn't let him drive shit. I wouldn't let him tie my Velcro shoes.
This is funny because I don't know how to pronounce his name, but his name is Brandon DeShear Shower.
Yeah, it sounds awful. I would not. That's not even catchy. Your graphic tag is probably going to screw that up. The announcer's going to get it wrong. I wouldn't mess with him until he comes up with a racing name, or I mean, he's probably got more money than me. I can guarantee.
So, hey, Lester, how much do you think you've paid in fines?
Oh fuck, over 10 grand easily.
Okay, so now
Are you serious?
You could sponsor yourself.
Absolutely.
So, what was the biggest one?
For a text message. I've been suspended for saying fried chicken. I've been suspended for everything underneath the sun.
We're not going to get into that.
We're not going to get into the fried chicken thing.
Jesus Christ. Hey,
so, hold on. So, what was the biggest fine?
$2,500.
And that was, God, who got you for 25?
We can't announce that.
Okay.
But yeah, $2,500 was the biggest fine.
That's almost four sets of super tires.
The smallest fine, I believe, was $500. I don't remember where that was. At New Smyrna.
Damn.
So 10 grand in fines. And how many times have you been suspended from a track? Roughly. I know it's too hard to count.
And we're not counting iRacing and Facebook.
One. iRacing, I've been suspended and barred. I've been banned from iRacing. I can't even race iRacing no more.
Dude, I've been
suspended from Showtime 4 times. I've been suspended from 417. I've been suspended from Citrus, New Smyrna. Actually, you know what? I've been suspended from every track, even the closed ones, because I wasn't allowed there.
He said DeSoto went ahead and banned him this year.
So even Auburndale?
No. I won't get suspended from DeSoto again because they're just as much of a jackass that I am. So I'm good there.
No, you'll be fine. They love YouTube. They might pick you up for some views. So let's talk about here who you got to thank though. Who does help Jason Lester go? Let's talk about the people that like you. Let's get on to a positive note. This is it's a family show.
Like my sponsorships.
Let's talk about them.
So okay. His name is Jason Lester.
I love it.
Hey, I feel like he's gonna stick with you.
Yeah.
So, but what's the name of that company again? Let's talk. I got to remember this from my interview this weekend.
It's JL Flooring and More, and then I have Pornhub, and then Vagisil, and then I have another one.
Oh my God.
God.
I wasn't even gonna bring anything like that up, and then you just blurted
have I
it.
beat Kenny Wallace's interview yet? That's all I want to know.
What's that?
He said he beat Kenny Wallace's interview.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out how many views you get when we post it.
Jeez, I mean, I feel like you're going to be definitely a little better than Brooke Store right now. So, I mean, she's up there.
She's up there. Shane Mill, Kenny Wallace, and Brooke Store, I think, have been our three most viewed. So
is bench racing going to end up on Pornhub?
That's funny.
Hey.
Y'all are killing me.
I mean, this sucks because we got so many people like, man, I wish y'all tone it down for these kids because there's a bunch of these little legend car kids that love us, and I'm like, God, man, we just went back. We just did 3 steps back today.
Everybody's like, man, these kids look up to you. You gotta tone it down. Don't drink as much.
This is gonna have to be bench racing after dark.
Bullshit. No, this is bench racing. This is after hours. Who gives a shit what they say?
We're with you.
That's exactly how it started. Is I was just like, well, I want to talk like we talk at the shop. Yeah. And I want to talk like how I mean, this is how I was raised. I was raised out in the garage, or if I was wanted to be a pussy, I had to go inside with the women. Yeah. You know, that's how it was. So, but I mean, I'm excited to have JL Flooring and More on the 36 machine this weekend. I can tell you that.
Listen, this is how it is. And I mean this from the heart. If you're not yourself, you shouldn't do it. That's why I am who I am. I know a lot of people don't like me. I have a lot of fans. I have a lot of haters. But they can all kiss my ass because I go out there just to win. I don't give a shit about anybody else at the track. And Dennis Dean will tell you, Mike will tell you, I drive for Mike, and my girlfriend will tell you, I don't give a shit about anybody else except that checker flag at the end of the night.
I hear you. I want to see you get on the roof and do the DX crotch chop like Bloomquist did at Eldora. Like, that's the shit I'm after. I want to see Lester get out, boom, fire, poof, come out. Like, I mean, I'm hoping you reach out to Affordable Screen Printing and Embroidery for your T-shirts, because I know there's a bunch of people out there wanting some. You could pay this fine money, get some Jason Lester T-shirts and some swag. And I don't even want to get into the designs that you could do, but I feel like there's a market there. And I mean, I'll take my 5% already up front for being the guy that pushed this deal. But
how about this? How about you're gonna get a kick out of this shit? So how about my T-shirt? We sold out quick, boom. Especially at the high kick, I had all the T-shirts there, and I just gave them. So Steve Dorr calls me one day and tells me, "Hey, your crew can't wear your shirts at my race." I said, "What?" So my shirts are banned from a wheelman race. They're not allowed in the pit.
His shirts got kicked out.
And that's how you know. That's how you know you made it, when your shirts get kicked out of the event.
I mean, we'll wrap this up like this. All I'm saying is, I ain't hardly seen your race, but damn, I'm a fan, and I'm on board, and I love that you're genuine to yourself, and I think you should be. And I'm excited to see, because what I do know, like I said from the beginning, is you're fast. I mean, I think you set a new track record in the Mod Mini this week or something at 417. You know, you hopped on the Super, you're fast. I mean, for only being in 5 years, and for you to piss this many people off, there has to be one of two things. I mean, if you run your mouth, that's fine, but you seem to be backing it up also. And like I always tell people, like, to me, it ain't talking shit if you're right. And like Babe Ruth would have been an asshole if he pointed at the fence and ground out to second, you know. And
that's right.
Right. It's not talking shit. It's a warning where I come from. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, if you go out there and keep laying it down, keep putting it up front, then you know, we'll have to give them something else to talk about. And if they want to talk about pit boxes, we can talk about pit boxes. But what I know is, if Jason Lester's going to be a track, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And you have to deal with him. And I like that shit. So
no matter what he's in, hell, I hope you go down there and win at Hendry in the street stock. I'll definitely have to.
I'm looking for him in the school bus figure 8.
Catch that. There you go. But hey, man, we appreciate you coming on, and just to kind of piggyback off of what Troy just said, man, just we love what you do. Just, you know, keep you know, doing what you're doing, staying true to yourself, and you know, people are gonna hate, but you know, when you're standing on the front stretch holding the checker flag and the big check, you know, they can hate all they want, but you know, that's ultimately at the end of the day, like you said, that's what you're there for, is to park that thing on the front stretch. So it don't matter how many people you got to piss off to do it. That's what you're there to do, and you do a pretty good job at putting it on the front stretch and pissing people off. So you got the best of both worlds.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I love it. I love pissing people off. So, but listen, I gotta give a big thanks to Mike Caravan and Joy for letting me wheel the Mod Mini. Big huge thank you to Anthony Surgery, Mike, and Dennis for letting me wheel the Super. Everything else I pay for, but they do a hell of a job getting everything ready for me. I mean, every time I jump in either the Mod Mini or the Super, it's fast so far. So I'm hoping we go to Showtime and have a good run. If we win, I promise you, it will be a fucking show on the front stretch.
Dude, I'm expecting that crotch chop. That's what I want to see. I want you to be on that roof.
Oh, I'll do that and put suck it, whatever.
Nice.
Hey, if you do win the 10K this weekend and you do the crotch chop, you got to shout out Bench Racing.
Absolutely.
There you go.
100%.
No, we're definitely, and we're
Thank
gonna get
you,
you.
guys.
We're
I
gonna get you a
appreciate it.
sickness shirt out there to you, because you definitely got the sickness. And I'm gonna need you to get with me on the JL Flooring and More sticker, because I'm gonna need to put that on the 36, because I need to let these folks know. Because I mean, if you want, I want you to compete with these guys on the track, you know, and in the business world. So we're gonna put you out there. So I appreciate you, Jason Lester, for sure, man. And we'll be in touch.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. See you.
Well, shit.
So that guy.
So there's that.
There's that.
You know, I mean,
Put the. Mic drop.
Like, hell, damn, I almost broke my table here. I mean, like, that's Jason Lester.
Jason.
Like, I mean, people say, I'm like, I just met him for the first time at the pit gate at the World Series with Michael. And I like, yeah, I mean, the guy, he's full of enthusiasm. Like, you know, like he's excited. And
he's just fired up about racing, and I love it.
well, I mean, you know, you got to,
you gotta love what you do.
well, and you know, you got to believe, because I had this whole speech with Michael Goddard and them before the race this weekend about ego, right? Like, because ego, and I have it right here, I can pull it up. I mean, when you read the definition of ego, right? Because people, he's an egomaniac or this or that, and like it's all about like. But in order to be successful, like I feel like I'm gonna get my Joe Rogan on actually. Like like in order to be successful, like you have to have a little bit of self-awareness, a little bit of ego, some bravado. Like you gotta, because if you don't believe, then who the hell is, right? So I mean, like the definition of ego, it's like a person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance. You know, in the philosophical, one of them words, like version of it is like the part of the mind that mediates between the conscious and the unconscious, and that is responsible for reality testing and a sense of personal identity. Well, I don't think there's any question that Jason Lester's mind has any hint of he's definitely responsible for his identity. He knows who he is. He owns it. And you're going to have to deal with it whether you want to or not. And so I feel like there's no way you can do this and be successful if you don't believe in yourself, or if you don't believe that you are capable. I mean, hell, the guy came at me a little bit there, and I was like, well, hold on. Calm down, young buck. Here we got just like, but I feel that like I love lining up against guys like that. And like, I think you should enjoy that, because you don't want to line up against a bunch of laydowns. Yeah. And like, oh, you know, hope we do good. Hope we run fifth. You know, like, well, good. I hope you do run fifth. Hell, I need somebody to run second through 20th. So I need all y'all. Like, that's how I feel. So, like, I love that about him. Like, and when you line up against someone like that, I think it makes winning better. I think it makes the racing better. And I think all that makes it better for the fans. And like, the shit that was great for wrestling was like the NWO and DX. Like you need the bad guy. Yeah, you need the bad. Not everybody's Hulk Hogan.
Jason Lester plays the part very well, and it's not even playing the part. That's just who he is.
Well, yeah, so I'm saying not everybody's Captain America or Hulk Hogan, or or not everybody's out here for rainbows and lollipops and skipping home and how. Like, we all just had a great time. Like, nobody gives a shit. Yeah, like it's an arena. Yeah, you're out there. I mean, you're here to perform, and that dude performs.
Hey, track promoters, you might want to stop fining Jason Lester and start paying to put on a show, because I promise you, people come to either cheer him on or boo him. Right. That's a fact.
No, that's a fact. You want your Jason Lesters. He's the pavement Gene Lasker. Yeah, he's the in your face. This is what you get, and like you said, like half the people show up to watch him do good. The other half are showing up hoping he does bad. And not having him in the lineup, I think, is a disservice for some of these guys. Like, like if I was Yoho and stuff like that, I'd have the Jason Lester showdown. Yeah, Jason Lester versus the field. Yeah, like, let's do it. Yeah, and,
I like it.
No, me too.
Well, no, we're gonna go to a quick break, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna wrap this thing up. So again, thanks to our buddy Jason Lester for coming on. That's been long awaited, and we finally got him on. And guess what, folks? I don't know about you, Troy, but he did not disappoint.
No, hey, and I tried to plug you on the shirt, so I'm gonna need my cut. Yeah, I'm gonna need my.
Well, we'll talk about that off the air.
Jason Lester shirts.
So, you didn't enjoy that, then this show just probably ain't for you.
I'm going to watch this show. Yeah. I can be honest with you, I haven't watched a whole lot of. I went back after people told me. I was like, I said, what? Like, like Nah, that wasn't me. And then I'm like, well, damn shit. That's what I said right there.
Yeah.
Like, but no, Jason Lester, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Like, God, like we are definitely printing his shirts.
Yeah.
That's all I know. And I say we because I'm in on that because that's going to make some money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, that was I wouldn't say an unconventional interview, but it was a fun interview.
I mean, we didn't talk about actual racing a whole lot.
No, we didn't.
And that's the dynamic he brings. So there's that. But either way, I mean, he touched on a subject that I do want to address, and that's the Ricky Brooks.
Oh yeah, he did touch on that. Okay, so what do you got to say about Ricky Brooks?
Because now I've expressed my feeling as an outsider and seeing stuff, but now being a little. And then I was recently a part of the Ricky Brooks sportsman deal. We were there till 4 a.m.
Okay.
And then he's checking belly pan bolt. Like this guy, I mean, I'm pretty sure, he made the drivers take their shoelaces out. And I've hated it. And the fact, but he brings an impressive trailer with shit and stuff. And I'm going to say something about Ricky Brooks that I think I'm going to eat some crow.
Uh-oh.
Because I want to be transparent here. I'm not too proud, to say I was wrong.
Mark, what did Troy DeCare just say?
I think Ricky Brooks is good for racing. I think he's good for late model racing. I think because he checked a bunch of stuff, and then all of a sudden everybody got mad at the shit he didn't check. Like they were all, he didn't check this, he didn't check that. It's like, nah, but your shit was right though, because he was nervous. We were scared to do stuff that wasn't cheating because it might get found illegal just trying to get the car to race. You know what I mean? So I got to think, I'm like, this dude really does level the playing field out. When he rolls up, because I was looking at the money people are saying he makes to show up and this, and I'm like, God, put that on the purse, dude. It's like, no, but if Ricky Brooks ain't there, it's anarchy.
Yeah.
There's some wild shit's going on. I mean, people are. And I'm all for pushing the rule book. I'm all for trying, the gray. I live in the gray area.
Right.
I love the gray area.
Yeah.
That's my home.
Yeah.
But, I think the dude, and if you look at the events that he is the tech man at, man, that's some throwdown racing. And there's some stuff, because it makes everybody get back to, whether it's a crate sportsman with a spec shock and a spec motor and a spec tire and all this nonsense,
or all the way to the Snowball Derby and Super Lake models.
It makes you it makes you work on your shit. You start focusing on, and instead of trying too hard to get away with something, it makes these guys pick up the wrenches. And it makes you, it throws out the things you ain't gonna tire prep at a Ricky Brooks race. You ain't gonna come in there with some hogged out motor. You damn sure ain't gonna come in there with no tungsten.
Yeah.
or no, trash control. That
titanium.
He's gonna find it.
Yeah.
No matter how small it is, and it might be in between a brake hat and stuff like that. It's in. He's gonna find it, and he earned his money. The guy, I think if some tech men were a little more thorough or a little more Ricky Brooks, I think it might bring some of this racing back, because racing's going to get out of control. Technology's getting out of control. People are going to be like, oh, yeah, you see that guy's got a fanny pack? He's controlling that car. And you're like, Jesus Christ. He's got Bluetooth, and he's over here he's dialing.
That guy won the Nobel Prize for physics.
Yeah, I'm saying, and it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Electronic ignition, things like that. So, hats off to Ricky Brooks. That deal he did with Joe Gentry down there, that sportsman race was a great race. Everybody passed tech.
Mm-hmm.
Poor McLeod got pitched on something, but it wasn't his fault. But I think he promotes good racing, and I'm for it. And I talked to him actually, and I was like, dude, you want to know what I said about you? I told him what I said, and I was just like, but that's how I felt. And I'm not gonna sit here and apologize to the guy, because shit,
I said what I said.
I said what I said, and at the time I stood behind it. But up until, maybe I expressed some ignorance there on that subject, because I hadn't had to deal with him directly. And anybody who gets pitched by him or their friend, because me and Nasty are friends, and and he's affected a few of my friends, and like, but he didn't discriminate. He don't care, and you know, you're emotional about it at first, but like when you think about it, it's like, man, I think I would enjoy going to race a Ricky Brooks race because I know that, like, man, the best dude's probably gonna win tonight.
Yeah.
Like,
well, here's the one thing that I will say. I don't know the guy, and I'm not quite ready to take back the things that I've said, but I will say this.
well, and he didn't even really know all the things we said. That's what I'm saying. I'm apologizing on my own.
Right. So here's what I'll say. Ricky Brooks don't give a shit who you are. If he calls you wrong, he's gonna call you wrong. He's gonna throw you out. Like, he don't care if you're Chase Elliott, Stephen Nasse, Devin McLeod. He's gonna throw you out.
No.
That's the one thing I will say about him.
I think if the bigger name you are, the harder he looks.
Yeah.
Like, and I think and if you want to be that marquee name and you want to win these marquee races, like, all he's saying is have your act together.
Yeah.
And like I said, it really, I noticed at that sportsman race in our camp alone, we were more on our game or more working towards a certain thing than we had in a little while, because we knew we had to, you know, cross our T's and dot our I's. Like, we needed to be on, and like, this wasn't even, we had to beat everybody else, and we had to beat Ricky Brooks. Like,
So you know what this tells me? That Troy's got to go to some races here soon when Ricky's a tech man. So that's what this tells me.
I'm not baby facing.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, I looked at it and I was like, you know what? Because we sat there for a long time in tech, and you know, I was like, shit, you know, but this is good because, like I said, I can see it heading in a route where things are going to get out of control, like with some of the stuff that's coming up.
Right.
I could see it, and I appreciate someone like him trying to keep it in the mechanic's hands, in the driver's hands, in the ingenuity, and, you know, just be with your machine. That's what I appreciate. Like, so,
Yeah.
So, I mean, but enough of that shit. So,
Yeah.
like,
So moving on.
But either way.
Moving on from Troy's soapbox here.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, that's just real talk. I'm just saying, and I try to keep it real. Like, Jason Lester made me feel myself about being like, let's be genuine.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but let's talk about, there's some cool shit going on here. We've had a lot of crazy racing in Florida. The speed weeks have been awesome.
Yeah, Speed Week's been awesome. And then now we've got, for the first time since 1983, the World of Outlaws sprint cars back at the Clay by the Bay, East Bay Raceway Park.
Lake City right first, and then
I believe so, yep.
Yeah, they're gonna head down here for a one-off deal. Like, I think that's cool. I hope
38 years.
I hope that branches off, because we've had the All-Stars a lot in my life, and then it went away, and we've only had the 360s down here and stuff. I wish there were some more prominent Florida teams, but then I don't want to get started on the Florida motor rules and stuff that prevents us from being a part of, you know, when something great like this comes down, because there ain't a 410 engine. I mean, there ain't many.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I bet you, you know, Robbie Smith might take Tyler Clem. Danny Martin might have something going. I don't know. But there's not many, if any. Maybe Billy Boy. I don't know. But I'd like to see some Florida guys stand out in that. But I think that's going to be a process for us to work back up to that. But, I mean, Yoho's deal's been cool, too, with the Triple Crown and having Florida Fest. And I think he's talking about doing Triple Crown with the modifieds. There's a lot of cool short track racing going on in Florida. I think there's some more coming.
Mm-hmm. Got a couple big truck races coming up. $5,000 to win both of those. A couple weeks apart.
It's going to be Citrus in Orlando.
Citrus and Punta Gorda. Yep.
Oh, that's right. Orlando's pushed back to December now.
Yeah, something happened with that. Yeah, so there's a couple big truck races coming up. There's Yoho throwing all kinds of money at the supers. We got World of Outlaws at East Bay.
Wheelman's about to kick off.
Wheelman series is about to start. So you know what this tells me in a nutshell? Get your ass out to a local short track.
That's it. That's right. I mean, and I try to be, you know, make sure when I do get lucky enough to win a race or something, I try to think the fans, because there's a lot of things that I think you can do in Florida on a weekend with your money that don't pertain going to a racetrack. I mean, $25 to get in. Let's say if you got two kids and your wife and two kids, that's $100.
They need a corn dog.
Well, yeah, but it don't cost $100 to go to the beach. That's free.
Yeah,
you know, and shit, if you're a Florida resident going to Busch Gardens, is $12, and like.
Yeah.
Now once they get you in there, they get you for them Budweisers. They get after that.
They're proud of them.
But either way, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do and a lot of places you can go and spend your money that you worked all week. But like, I can tell you personally, and I would like to think I can speak for a lot of Florida racers when I say they really, really appreciate the fans that do show up, the diehards especially, and even the one-offs and the guys who jump out there. You got some friends in town like, hey, man, let's go. Like, well, you're in Florida. Like, yeah, you can go to Pier 60. You can go to Fort DeSoto. You can do a lot of shit. But, like, sneak out to Showtime. That's a show. Like, sneak out to East Bay. Sneak out, 417. I love what Joe Gentry's doing down there.
And speaking of things that are coming up, I'm just going to go ahead and give a small little plug here. You go-kart folks, be paying attention because there's going to be a flyer coming out in the coming days about a race that's going to be put on at Ambassador Racing School. And is that a Baum address? Baum, Florida?
Baum, Dover, something like that.
So Ambassador going to be shelling out some money here in May. The race is in May.
It's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. So, there's going to be some money being shelled out at Ambassador in May. I'm not going to, drop the date or anything like that yet. You guys can wait for the flyer for that. I ain't wait for all the details, but yes.
I think that's something that I would like to see go-karting, especially because there's a lot of damn good go-karting races going on down Dirt Devils or whatever they try to change it now. It's Dirt Devils. 417's got some cool stuff. But Ambassador, there's some cool races. Like, I think fans should get out and check that out, too, because I think go-karting's missing the fan aspect.
It is.
And what's cool about the go-karting, though, is you don't have to buy a pit pass, or general admission is a pit pass for go-karting.
Yeah.
So you could get right up in there. So if you got some kids, you're trying to breed, some short track fans, it's like that's a hell of a place to start. And kids can get down there, buy the machines, do stuff.
Yep.
And, and there's a bunch of Austin Yarboroughs out there, like people who let you talk to them, touch them, feel them, see what's going on.
Yep.
And I'd like to see that. So hopefully the promoter of that Ambassador race there puts on brings some stuff for the general public. I'd like to see that.
Yeah. So y'all just be looking for that. Like I said, excited about it. It's going to be something. I think that a lot of people, the people that I've talked to, are think that it's going in the right direction. So it's going to be in May. There's going to be some money paid out. And, just be on the lookout for a event page on Facebook to be created this week, as well as a flyer coming out with the payouts and all that good stuff. So, y'all just keep an eye out for that. And, like Troy said, bring some youngins out, let them walk around the pits, let them grab a tire, let them,
Because racing's racing from 1 cylinder to 8.
Yeah.
Like, it's all cool. We've said that.
And Ambassador, if you've never been, it's a cool little joint. It's a little asphalt track with a 8 seconds and some change lap times.
They throw down.
Yeah, they get around that joint. So
it's fun to watch all the classes there, but either way, so sneak out to some of that stuff. We got some cool stuff here. I know that we were talking about some bench racing swag.
Yep, new bench racing shirts coming.
Yes, like shirts, hats, some stuff like that, stickers. So just trying to build this up, and anytime we can make some money with a little bit of this stuff, we're going to get back to the racers. Hopefully, we've got some ideas between the two of us. Try to get back to some of our go-karting guys and some of our smaller classes and races. I'd love to see like a bench racing banner at Showtime. I'd love to see that. So we're going to work on that, and I appreciate you guys too. And I know you guys, everybody's been bitching, that we ain't put out a show.
Yeah,
that's Brian's fault.
Yeah, it's Troy's fault. Look, he claims he's so busy with shocks.
I mean, I've been doing a lot of shit over here, but I'm just saying now that we're going to do Studio 3.
Yeah.
And it's going to be right here. Ain't no excuse for me. But Brian's been busy with his, affordable, God damn, screen print and embroidery. I think I was going to sneeze, but I didn't. But affordable screen print and embroidery. Like, he's been busy, which is a good thing. Yeah. We're going to try to get back popping. Like, we keep saying that crap, but we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Hopefully coming up here, we got some shit to talk about, some races. You guys got to tag us in some stuff. Don't feel free to drop us. We want to hear some topics. We want some stuff you guys want to hear about. Good, bad, ugly. We like we'll call it the good, bad, and Jason Lester.
Yeah.
And Well, we appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully you guys like this shit, and we'll keep on going.
Yeah, no, thanks everybody for watching, and thanks again to our show sponsors, Raging Bull Racing Engines and Yates Motorsports on board for episode 16 of Bench Racing, and a huge thank you to Jason Lester for coming on very, very last minute tonight. It all came about in about 3 minutes, so thanks for coming on and making us laugh, and we hope y'all enjoyed it, and hope you're not too mad at us if your kids heard it. We'll see y'all in the next one.